Yep.
So go ahead.
Well, so yesterday, of course, the big news was Hunter Biden convicted, all 3 counts. And it's interesting because Democrats don't think voters are likely to hold the president accountable for Hunter's behavior. But David Axelrod came out and he said, the real question is the toll it takes on Joe and his family. He is a really old guy, and we've seen he is diminished. And just a couple of days ago, you just mentioned the Juneteenth celebration. He froze inexplicably. Dana Perino has got some concerns, and she's been just as close to the power as anybody can ever get. Here's what she said last night on The Five.
Father Time is undefeated, okay? And what I find alarming is that there is only one person empowered in our government who can make the major national security decisions that we need, and they have to be made on a trigger's notice. And I do not feel, watching him in the last several months, but in particular even in the last 3 weeks, that you can have confidence that that would happen. So, for example, you're the commander-in-chief, and I say, I'm the chief of staff or the military aide or the national security advisor. And I said, sir, this is happening right now. What do you want us to do? Are you confident? Are you confident that he would be able to do that? I want him to be able to do that. I feel a lot of empathy for him. Mm-hmm. And I worry for him, about him. I don't want to get mad at him. I love the fact that people want to help him. It's a tight election. It will be. But I think everyone has to think really hard about this.
Her comments are important on multiple tracks. And anyone that knows Dana Perino knows that she's incredibly fair. And she respects the office of the presidency because she had to assist the president, especially a president during war. And so she's careful in her criticism of a president when it comes to their mental stability, because it's not what's good for the country, it's not what's good on the international stage. And as I heard her yesterday on The Five, I thought about the other Americans that are fair-minded just like her, that are independent voters, that necessarily, may disagree with Joe Biden on policy, but or they may agree with the president on policy, but also are concerned about the status and the tenor of the country. They may be thinking the same thing. And I just think honest brokers, if you're just looking at Joe Biden right now, and you look at him during the last presidential campaign, and then you look at him back during the Obama administration.
Those are 3 different guys.
Yeah, they're just it's just different. And I don't think that's something that we celebrate, Ainsley. I don't think it's something that we beat up on him on, but it's also a place of concern for the American people, because then you ask the question, if he's like that, who's running the country? And are they elected?
Yeah, I mean, these are our concerns, and Dana has been there. She's worked at the White House. She knows what it takes to be a president and be able to travel to all these different countries and represent us as a strong individual. And when you look at Joe Biden,
apologies.
Who's calling you?
Somebody in Nevada.
He's on television, Nevada.
I wonder if it's one of the Osmonds. Could be. Donnie, I'll pick up in a minute.
But our president has to be a good representation of our country. And that's what's so sad when you look at Joe Biden. Imagine if another country as powerful as America had a president that can barely speak, falls down a lot. What would we think of that individual? So I wish him all the best, but is he the best representative? And in a moment's notice, like Dana's saying, when we have wars in other countries and terrorists that were just caught and arrested here in our own country, is he going to be able to make a decision in a moment's notice?
And that is I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.